Okay guys, welcome back to Smile Town Life. I am your host Ben, and today we have a fun little episode of me trying to get caught up on things. I was helping out with a bunch of repairs for some people that needed things done, and in the middle of all that I got an emergency call out for some welding that needed to be done, and luckily I just so happened to have my little mini welder with me, and I'm just borrowing a little generator to get it going. Let's see if we can get this working. There we go. We got our buncher here that's coming in a little closer now so we can get some work done on it. Fun little forestry toy, guys. So, because this is a Saturday, not a typical working day for most individuals, our usual welders are not available or busy with other side projects that they're also trying to get caught up on, so I get to take my little chance at this one and help some friends out. Hopefully we can get it working in a jiffy. This will be fun, guys. So we get a couple obvious splits in the buncher head. And this one's starting to show fatigue, so we're going to double check to make sure it's not cracked. Starting to stress a bit there, but yeah, we kind of want that plate to stay on there, because it's very important to keep things from getting in here. They were kind enough to leave me with a watering can here, also known as a piss can, because I will be making sparks, and we don't want to be starting a forest fire in the middle of all of that. So, safety first, guys. Now to unload all my equipment. And like I was saying before, I'm actually quite lucky that I have all the various parts that I got right now for doing this job. It was just complete happenstance. Okay, let's see what kind of chaos we can create. There, now that we've buffed it off a bit more, so you got quite the crack in here. Oh, you got quite the crack in here. And this side as well, it's dropped a fair bit. We're gonna have to gouge this one with the grinder a bit and patch her up. Yay! There. Because of my lacking cameraman skills and whatnot, or lacking cameraman in general, see what I can do to show you guys what I'm doing. Not always easy. It ain't pretty, but we'll make it work. Once again, I wasn't prepared to be doing welding today. As a result, I didn't bring most of my usual protective covering, and I will have a lot of exposed skin. This usually translates into sunburns if I do it for too long. Wish me luck. Oh, sweet little generator. That could. May it hold out for what I need. Full steam ahead, Captain. Woo! Now I'll be pushing some limits here, and it's giving her all she got. Switch to the buffer. Here. Now this isn't a permanent weld, it's just to tack it together enough until we can limp it through the days so we can get a full proper weld later on. Just gotta get it out of the bush first. Getting there. Not my prettiest of welds, but you know, it'll do. There. That's one side done. Once again, it's not perfect. It'll help hold it out until we can get a proper welding machine in here instead of a little very roughly put together system here to make this work. Ugh. Well, the reason why I'm dealing with the equipment I got here for welding things is because all of my other things, better equipment, is in our shop on the complete other end of the peninsula, and it'll take a bit of time to go back and forth to grab all the stuff, and we're just trying to get this done here in a quick bit, keep the downtime as little as possible, and we're still able to make it work. So the reason why I'm doing the grinding is we want to give, instead of just doing a surface level weld, we want to get a little bit deeper in there so it can hold more of the metal together and won't crack again as easily, last a little bit longer, give it more holding power. For unknown reasons, this side's just choosing to be a little bit more difficult to deal with. Checking all my connections. Make sure my ground's still good. Well, that went a little nicer. Now if you can keep doing that for me, that would be lovely. Okay then. I think I killed my welder. It's not turning on anymore. So I think the low output from the generator here cooked my welder. It's not turning on. See if we can get it going again. Wish me luck. Okay, seems like it's working again. Hopefully we can get this finished. That'll at least hold it together long enough for them to get their job done. Then we can do a proper weld after. So now it's time to clean everything up here and at the same time do a spark watch, smoke watch. And sent some sparks are flying a little bit, but we're mostly on, rock and all, but stuff can fly onto something that can catch, so it's always good to keep an eye out before you leave to make sure that a fire doesn't start because of the work you done. Tend to go with a lot of the equipment that we work with as well too. These tracks can hit a rock, catch it just right, send off a little spark. Doesn't seem like much, but when everything can be tinder dry and whatnot, it can accidentally start a fire that way. And that's kind of what we don't want to do. That's why we got the water cans, our piss cans, so that we can help tackle it before it becomes a big problem. And just be aware of our surroundings. Careful what we're doing. And once again, I am not a welder by trade. I am not a professional welder by any means, or I am more of a mechanic who can weld, and that's more of where I shine. I can get the job done until the other guys, the experts, can take over or do a more impressive job. Yeah. Time to let her hair down, relax again. Things are put away. No smoke, no fires. I'd say it's been a good day. So job's done. My brain is fried. Was not expecting to work at all today, let alone doing 2 sets of repairs. One being more on the emergency side, and glad that I can help make things progress forward again for a lot of different guys. And sometimes that's what it takes here. You got your small town community industries, you gotta do a little extra sometimes, help everybody out and help everything flow. So, you like kind of what you saw with what I was doing here today and whatnot, give a thumbs up. Got any questions or whatnot, or want to critique my welding? There's the comment section and whatnot there. Go for it. And yeah, share with your family and your friends. Show what sometimes life can be like working these kinds of jobs, this industry. This one in particular being the lumber and timber industry, forestry. There we go. Like I said, my brain's fried. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. But yeah, also why I haven't been able to do as much videos. Just busy. But I thought I'd take the opportunity to do it again. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. And see about hurrying up my butt and making more of these. Have a good one.